when this man lifts his legs up over his head like this, sir, sir, sir. Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Shamariel. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. If you're here, that's because you want a recap of Harlem, a new show on Amazon Prime, and it is described as 4 ambitious friends, Camille, Ty, Quinn, and Angie, navigate relationships and careers. I don't know why I needed to count it out when I just said 4 friends, but whatever. Camille is played by Megan Good. Quinn is played by Grace Byers, aka Boo Boo Kitty from Empire. Shaniqua, I don't know if I'm saying her name right. I need to Google who plays who, because I only know Megan Good and Grace. But I'll have pictures or explanations or something somewhere on the screen. So we're gonna watch episode 1, and I'm gonna watch it again because I've watched the entire series, and then it dawned on me to recap it after I watched the entire show. So I don't know why I did that. Season 1, episode 1 it says, oh, it's just titled Pilot. Just as Camille thinks she's in total control of her life, her ex shows up on her block, making her question her choices. Ty receives an acquisition offer on her app. Angie questions what her next career step will be. Quinn has a rough night on Long Island. So that's the summary of the episode. Oh, Malcolm D. Oh, I was thinking Malcolm Jamal Warner. I was going to be like, oh, Malcolm Jamal Warner directed it. Nope, he did not, ma'am. Read in its entirety before you go summing it up. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and get it started. We start off with Camille, aka Megan Good's character, narrating a group of women. I want to say she just said they were in the Himalayas or above the Himalayas. It's called the Kingdom of Women, Masuos, and she just talks about how the women are in charge and they basically run how they live and they run the men. And she's saying in 21st century Harlem, a woman being in control of her life and love is not always easy. So she's just talking about how the Masuos survive and thrive. She's getting ready to go to work. You see a picture of her with her friends. And correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Run the World take place in Harlem too? I like that show as well. It just shows beautiful shots of New York, the scenery. So we just follow Camille as she is thinking about the Masuo, these women who are in charge of their life and their love and just how they run their world and how awesome it must be. And we're just following her as she has these thoughts, and she's tweeting as she's walking. Will we live to see a time when Sephora gets turned back into... Oh wait, it happened too fast. Hold on. She tweeted, when will we live to see a time when Sephora gets turned back into a jazz club? You learn throughout the series that Camille is very much involved with Twitter. And it just kind of shows how the city is changing, gentrification, and things like that, and how dating is hard, and how all the men, there's so many women to men and things like that, and how men have more dating options. And during the scene, you see a man getting on the bus and all the women are kind of looking at him, and he's just this one man, and all the women are like, you know, and as the women are looking at this one man go by, they're changing their preferences on their dating apps. It's hard out here for a pimp. The Masuo comparison or story that she's giving is actually a lecture that she's giving to her students. I may or may not have mentioned this. I'm just kind of speaking as I'm just kind of winging it, basically. Camille is a professor, or I think she's like a assistant professor or something. they reveal that at some point, but she's giving a lecture to her class and she wants them to write about, she wants her class to write 500 words on what it would be like if women, I guess, ran things or whatever. I didn't. I'm reading the captions and talking to y'all. It's a lot going on. And it's funny because she has a student. If you've never seen the movie 40-Year-Old Version, Version, watch that. It's on Netflix. I love that movie. I want to say it's also out of Harlem. And there's a student in Camille's class who's also in that movie. He hits on the teacher in the movie and he's hitting on Camille now. And she basically is telling him how she doesn't date her students. She doesn't want to get in trouble. She has morals and things like that. And none of those things would mesh with her, what she has going on. Camille has an offer to go to Kansas. They want her to be a professor with tenure. That's not something she's currently able to have in her current role. So she's talking to her boss about basically like, I'm trying to get tenure. I'm trying to stay here. I need something to happen. I need some incentive. She's trying to stay at Columbia. She's a professor at Columbia. Adjunct. She's an adjunct professor. I don't know what that means, but that's what she is. Let's Google what's an adjunct professor. It just seems like somebody that can kind of string along and not give them tenure. Basically, she's a part-time professor is what it means. They are not considered part of the permanent staff, nor are they on a path to a tenure position. And you know that's always the objective, is getting tenure. Camille is now having lunch or drinks or whatever with her girl group. Ty shows up. Ty is the head. She runs a dating app for, I need to hear her say it so I don't mess it up. But basically she's in a, she talks about the meeting that she'd had earlier in the day with the white man who is basically giving her a lowball offer in order to either own or have rights or something to her app. And I love how she basically tells him, like, you got me fucked up. Like, you think I'm dumb if you're going to give me this lowball offer and think I'm going to be excited about it. Okay, it's an online dating app. The market is queer people of color. And so that's the only app of its kind. And this guy is trying to, again, give this black woman, this white man is trying to give this black gay woman this lowball offer. And she's like, who the do you think I am? Basically. And I love it. And I love how he asks the white man sitting next to her, is there anything you can do about this? And she's like, that's my assistant. I love it. I love the power play that she's able to have in this moment. So, yeah, so she's telling her friends about it. They're, you know, praising her for standing up for herself and her brand and her business. And it's all awesome. Okay, Ty is taking a picture of her underwear. She has a new woman in her life that she is sexting, and she took a picture of her underwear in public. And we learned that Ty apparently has a pattern of dating Instagram model types, the pretty girls who aren't very bright. She has a habit of dating those, we learn. Sorry. It's the next day, and we are now introduced to Quinn, who is a designer. Quinn comes from money. Quinn has a roommate in the form of Angie. Angie is a singer who currently has no gigs. So she's slumming it on Quinn's couch while she tries to figure out her life. I don't know if this lighting is helping or hurting me, but I think it's working. I don't know. So Angie has been going out on auditions and things like that, but she's not really trying to do hotel lounge singer type things. She just feels like the gigs that are currently available to her at this time seem more desperate, and she's not there yet. So she's just kind of seeming like she's enjoying living off Quinn, if you catch my drift. I'm going to take some selfies real quick, and then we'll be back to recap. I can't pass up on this lighting. We'll be right back. Okay, now that the sun is going down at 5:15, we can resume. Angie and Camille are walking down the street. Camille is talking about how she had a record deal at one point, she got dropped, and how she's basically just trying to figure out her life and her career at this point. As they're walking down the street, they come across the beautiful specimen that is Tyler, don't know his last name. He played Diamond in P-Valley. He is Camille's ex-boyfriend, and he is standing on her street or nearby, whatever, on the phone, and they basically hide so that they don't have to run into him because that's her ex. She doesn't want to see him. Now they're at a movie. I really like how uncensored. I'm trying to mute it. I really like the personality and the boldness of Angie's character. She says stuff that I think, but I wouldn't say out loud. So I admire how she's unapologetically her. So now they're trying to determine what type of woman Camille's ex would be with, because they broke up because he moved to Paris to be a chef. And so now they're trying to figure out if he is dating, what is the ethnicity of the girl that he would be dating. So Camille broke up with him because, again, he went overseas to be a chef. And they're saying, her friends are telling her how she hasn't dated anyone since she broke up with him. So, she's trying to make it come off like, well, I dumped him, I wanted it. And they're like, yeah, but you ain't been dating anybody since, so you might want to climb off that high horse that you're on. And so she's just very much like, I'm a suo, I'm leading my life, I got it together, etc. She's trying to convince herself more than them, I think. So now we learn that Ty is going on a date with a woman who is kind of like her, because, again, she's dated the Instagram dumb model types. So now she's dating a woman who's on the same success level as her. She's an investment banker, and she is what Ty describes as stud. But I also think that would be an accurate description of what Ty is. So she's giving it a go. Alright, Camille's at the gym. It's going to take everything in me not to call this child Megan. Camille's at the gym, and here comes her sexy student. I'm going to call him Avery because that was his character's name in the movie, but his character here is Malik. He's doing that lip biting thing that he does, and he's telling her, and he got on sweatpants, y'all. He got on sweatpants! He's doing that sexy smile lip biting thing that he does, and he's telling her how he dropped her class, so now he is no longer her student. So there will be no repercussions if they were to get involved intimately. It's like he's one of those, he know. Now Camille is talking with her girls about how she's free to bang him and how she didn't want to do it in the locker room and the other girls are telling her, don't knock it till you tried it. They're having lunch again. Sorry, I know that was very unattractive. I like her lip color right there. I don't think I could pull it off, but it looks great on her. Ty is telling them about how she has another date with Shayla, the boss woman that's on her level, and how she likes her. And Grace is telling them, great, that's her character's name, or that's her real name. Quinn is telling them how she has a date as well. And they basically kind of they tease her, make fun of her because she has a terrible habit of dating men who steal her TV and I guess don't have jobs and are just not great. But Quinn is kind of like me in the sense of like she's a hopeless romantic and kind of wants to see the best in people and not notice what are blatant red flags. And so she has not let her failures in the dating world jade her so much to the point where she's given up hope. All right. So Angie's going to sing at an open mic night. She's telling this to Quinn. Quinn doesn't seem impressed. She says she's singing for the first time in a year, and, you know, Quinn is just like, oh, okay. Okay, so they're just talking about Angie singing. Quinn is getting ready for her date, but apparently it's late and she has to go to the guy at 11 o'clock at night. And Angie is telling her that dates start at 7, 8, or 9, but 11 o'clock is, quote, fuck o'clock. Oh, so the reason why she wasn't impressed with Angie's singing gig is because it's an open mic night. It's not like it's something that's actually going to get her money. So she's basically like, you know, I don't see how everything else is beneath you when this isn't paying you, but it's suitable. Okay, girl, go off, as the young kids say. Oh, God. So Quinn feels away. She thinks that Angie uses her for her rent-free couch, and they have a fight. Angie tells her she can find another charity case so she can feel less guilty about her bougie bullshit. So then Quinn leaves to go on her date, but then she realizes that her date ain't until 11 o'clock, and she has some hours to spare, so she just goes back in and she's like, don't talk to me. All right, Ty, Ty is on her date with her female equal. They talk about how they like each other. We then go to Quinn's date. It's at a loud club. They're trying to have a conversation, but again, it's loud. People are coming in between them to order drinks from the bar. It's a whole thing. A guy spills a drink on her pants, so she goes to the bathroom to clean herself up, and she stupidly leaves her purse and asks the stranger, this guy that she's on a date with, who she catches making eyes at another woman. She asks this guy to watch her purse while she goes to the bathroom. Her purse is small. Ma'am, you don't leave your purse around strangers. A. B, especially if it's as small as it is, take that shit with you. What are you doing? So she is making awkward thrusting motions in front of the hand dryer in an effort to dry her stained, ruined pants. Once she realizes that she looks stupid and dumb, she goes to get her purse, which is now gone. So is the guy that she was on a date with. So now she has no phone, no purse, no nothing. And now she's standing outside of the train station or the subway, I don't know how this works, asking to use people's phones. And apparently she's missed the last ferry. So she's left to sit at night in Long Island because the ferries have come and gone for the day. Okay, so now Ty and her female equivalent are hooking up. Oh, I'm fast forwarding too much. I was trying to go slow and I went too fast. Okay, so Ty and her female equivalent are hooking up. Once it's over, the girl does not return the favor. She's like, I gotta go handle some work stuff. Then gave her the forehead kiss and said that was fun. That's hilarious that she just left her hanging like that. Oopsie poopsie. Alright, now we're back on Camille. What's Camille doing? Oh, she's reminiscing about her and her ex and just when they were together. And she's reading her students' papers that she asked them to write about Masuo, and they're basically like, you know, that's real cute, that's real noble, that you are imagining a world where things like this are possible, but it ain't possible. So, you know, it's cute, professor, it's cute. So between the negative papers that she's grading and thinking about her ex, she realizes that Malik, aka her student, is still an option. She's looking at pictures of him online that are very, very sexy. And she sees a picture, or she sees an image of one of the Masuo women just looking back at her, and she's like, yeah girl, go get you some. Yes ma'am, please do it, please do it. So she calls old boy over. He's looking scrumptious. They're talking. He takes off his jacket. He just walking around with a sweatshirt with nothing underneath. Okay. So they're in the bedroom. She is in the position to give him head when this man lifts his legs up over his head like this. Sir, what do you want? Oh, when he did that, I was like, ah! Like, I have never, and I pray that I don't ever witness a grown man putting his legs up like this in front of my face. I don't even know what you want. Well, I know what you want. You ain't gonna get it from me. So he wanted her to lick his... No sir, no ma'am, no sir, no ma'am. And she has that same sentiment, and she basically tells him to get out. And the same Masuo woman who was telling her, like, get a girl, she pictures her again and she's like... So yeah, needless to say, that's over. It's the next day. Quinn, poor child, in her effort to find her love, she is sitting on a bench in the cold in Long Island. She somehow managed to get a hold of Angie. Excuse me, Angie is now in Long Island in a car to pick her up. She's just like, I can't believe you stayed out here all night. They make up and she goes back home. Okay, what is happening now? Oh, so Camille is now with her friends again, and she's telling them about how old boy wanted her to lick his hole, and Angie's basically saying it's all the same, they all in the same neighborhood, so what's the big deal? And I'm just like, if you like it, I love it, except I don't. But to each his own. I don't want to knock any... I'm just saying it ain't for me. It ain't for me. So they're at the open mic where Angie is to sing. Camille goes to the bar and she sees her ex. She is still not ready to see him, so she basically causes a distraction. She's about to tap him on his shoulder, and then she decides that she doesn't want to. Oh wait, that's the end of the episode, so I'm not going to tell anymore. But that's basically what it is again. In an effort to not see her ex, Camille continuously runs into her ex. And now she sees him, and it's like, she's reaching to touch, you know, reach out and touch somebody's hand, whatever. And then that's how the episode ends. So I love Harlem. I binged watched it in a day, maybe 2 days, like a day and a half. It was like, once I went down the rabbit hole, it was episode. I really love the show. I really love the representation. I love the characters. I love the scenery. I love the storylines. I'm all here for Harlem, and I hope that they have many more seasons to come. So let me know what you think about the show so far. Have you watched all of the episodes? Are you interested in the show? What do you think about it so far? Just let me know your thoughts. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for now. Y'all be good, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.